So in a pan, I'm going to take about 250 grams or 1 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. And to this, we are going to add 400 ml or 1 2/3 cup of water. On a low to medium flame, we are going to continuously stir this mixture till all of the sugar gets dissolved in the water. Now, once our sugar dissolves, we're going to add 250 grams or 1 1/4 cup of rava or semolina. Now, I prefer using the very fine semolina or rava because that is much more easier to work with rather than the thick rava. But it's up to you. If you feel like using the thicker rava or semolina, you can go ahead with that. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to give everything a very good mix. Remember, we're cooking on a low to medium heat. Keep stirring. And now we're going to add 230 grams or 2 1/4 cup of desiccated coconut. Now, if you stick to all the measurements of all the ingredients, your bolinas will come out perfect. Now we're going to add just 2 tablespoons of clarified butter or ghee, and then we're going to give everything a very good mix. We're going to cook this for about 5 minutes on a low heat. Now your heat has to be low to medium, preferably more on the lower side, and just mix everything well together. Now, if you work with a non-stick pan, it's much more easier because it's easier to work with the mixture. Now, after 5 minutes, switch off the flame, and we are going to transfer this mixture into a glass bowl or a steel bowl. We're going to cover this and we have to rest this mixture for 12 hours. This is very, very important for this recipe. You can even keep it overnight in a nice cool place. You don't need to refrigerate it. Now, after 12 hours, we are going to add 3 egg yolks, 2 teaspoons of cardamom powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of maida or all-purpose flour. Now, in a separate bowl, we are going to whisk the egg whites of those 3 eggs. And once it's nice and fluffy like this, we're going to add this to the mixture. And then we're going to give everything with a good mix. And then we're going to knead it to a very soft and sticky dough. Now, this dough is going to be very, very sticky. It's not going to be a dryish dough. It's going to be more on the sticky side. Now we're going to line a baking tray with some parchment paper or baking paper. Dust your hands with some maida or dry flour and preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is very important to preheat your oven. And then we're just going to roll them into small little balls. Now, I like to make the bolinas very small and they look very nice and dainty. But you can stick to whatever you like. You can make them a little bigger. But I found that if you make the bolinas nice and small, they cook evenly and they look very pretty on your Christmas tray too. So this is how they look. And then you can either use a very sharp knife and make the traditional bolinas cut. So what I like to do is just take a fork like this and first, use it horizontally and then vertically. And then you get this nice crisscross pattern. But you can also take a knife and just cross it out in the traditional way. Now, you may have to dust your hands many times while making these bolinas because the dough is very, very sticky. But the end result is really divine. And you can also just dip your fork in some dry flour. That helps to make the pattern too. And now we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 35 minutes. But keep checking because everyone's oven is different. And after 35 minutes of baking and having a lot of patience, the bolinas are all ready. The aroma in my home is just unbelievable and the taste of these bolinas is just beautiful. So they are nice and golden brown and they are even nice and brown on the base of the bolinas. They have baked so well, and the inside of it, that is the coconut and the rava or semolina mixture, also has baked so well. I'm trying to focus it here so you can see it, but it's really nice and baked, and it is so moist. And the moisture is because we have let this mixture rest for 12 hours. You can even keep it for a little longer time, but that is very key and to this recipe, and then you'll get the perfect bolinas. So I hope you liked today's recipe. I hope you give it a try this Christmas, and do let me know in the comments box how they turned out. You can So today we're going to make these beautiful coconut baskets, also called coconut cordial. I'm also going to be showing you how to make the baskets and the coconut filling. So keep watching this recipe. You're going to love it.
Everyone, and welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. See loads and loads of Christmas recipes coming up on my channel. Most of my recipes are handed down to me by my mom in her Christmas recipe book. Let's get started with today's recipe.
So here I've taken about 1.5 cup of maida or all-purpose flour. To that I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of very cold butter, and I'm going to crumble the butter and the flour till it resembles some breadcrumbs. That is, you have to mix each and every grain of the flour with the butter. This is very important for this recipe, for the basket or the tartlets or the canopies. You have to actually crumble the entire mixture till it really resembles some breadcrumbs. Now, once that is done, we're going to use very cold water. So I'm just using about 2 tablespoons of cold water, and I'm going to then knead this into a very, very smooth dough. It might take about 2 or 2.5 to 3 tablespoons, depending. And we're going to massage this dough till it becomes very, very smooth and very, very soft. So it shouldn't be a gooey dough, it should be a firm dough, yet soft and smooth. So now we're going to massage this dough for some time till it really becomes very soft and smooth. Like they say, like a baby's bottom. So you have to massage this really, really well. And then the key is also to rest this dough for about 15 minutes. That's also very important for this recipe. So just let it set for about 15 minutes. Now, after 15 minutes, we're just going to dust our surface with some maida or all-purpose flour. And then I'm just going to roll this dough, which has been resting for about 15 minutes. And we want to make it to about a 1/2 inch thickness. We don't want a very thick basket. It should be more on the thinner side, so about 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to take any round object and just make, this round shape. You can use a bottle cap, you can use a vati, you can use a cup, whatever you have, and you're going to keep the dough aside to make some more of them. Now you get these little tartlet molds, just butter them up or grease them up with some butter. And then we're just going to fit these rounds that we've cut up of the dough into these molds and shape them to the shape of the mold by just pressing it down lightly. That's very important to grease the molds well. And then you're just going to place these rounds carefully onto the mold and then just press it down so that it takes the shape of the mold. And then you can just remove the extra dough with your fingers, or you can use a knife and just shape it up to the shape of the mold. So in this way, we're going to make all the rest of the molds. So with the dough I'm using, I got about 12 of these baskets. And then just press that down with another mold so that it's nice and firm. Or you can even use a fork and just press down the base so that it doesn't, kind of bubble up at the base. So you either press it down with another mold or just use a fork or a knife and just make small little holes at the base of this mold. Now this would be a good time when you're making the molds to just preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. That's very important. Now our oven is preheated. So we're just going to put these molds onto a baking tray. And we're going to bake this for exactly 10 to 15 minutes till they become a nice golden brown color. Now every oven is different, so keep an eye on your After 15 minutes, our tartlets or canopies or baskets are all ready. So we're going to let them rest till they come to room temperature, and then we're going to demold them. We've taken the desiccated coconut, some powdered sugar and some condensed milk. First, we're going to mix in the powdered sugar with the desiccated coconut very well. And then we're going to add the condensed milk and continue mixing this mixture till everything is well integrated. Now, after we mix all of these three ingredients together, we're going to divide them into 3 equal halves, and we are going to add a pink, rose pink or red color to one and a light green color to the other. Now you can go with any colors that you want. You can leave it plain white. You can just add any color of your choice. I'm just going with the Christmas colors, and I didn't want to go for a very deep red, so I'm going for a little light pink. This is a rose pink color and that is a normal green color. And then we're just going to mix everything very, very well. And now that we have our 3 colors, we're just going to fill the baskets like this with all the 3 colors. You can go with any pattern that you like. So in this way, we're going to make these lovely coconut cordials or coconut baskets. And they're going to look so pretty on your Christmas tree, and they taste delicious too. So I hope you liked today's recipe. I hope you give it a try this Christmas. Do let me know in the comments box below how your recipe turned out. You can send me pics on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm very active over there under the same name, Akshita's Recipe. So you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. And I would love to see pictures of all the Christmas sweets that you will be making this year. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, become a part of Akshita's Recipes. Don't forget to like this video, share all my Christmas recipes with family and friends. And I'll be coming up with many more recipes. Also go and check out my previous recipes. Go to the main page, Akshita's Recipes. You'll see something called playlist. Just click on that and go to Christmas. You'll get all the Christmas recipes that I've uploaded till date. And look forward to many more coming too. Along with sweets, I'll be coming with many lunch and dinner ideas for Christmas too. So stay tuned to Akshita's Recipes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you sooner than you think in my next video. Bye. Take care. This is Akshita signing off. Bye.
Recipes on my channel, so go and check them out. I will leave a link of all my recipes that I've put up for the past 2 years, for the past 2 Christmases. You'll find all the links in my description box below. So I hope you enjoyed today's recipe and I hope you will give it a try. Do let me know in the comments box below what you thought of today's recipe. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up by hitting the thumbs up icon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do share my recipes with family and friends. And be sure to go and check out Akshata's recipes. I have loads and loads of recipes. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care. Bye.